We're in the time now between Yom Kippur and Sukkot. And I want to go back and look at the major Jewish holidays and understand how they represent different ways in which God loves us. The holiday of Passover, Pesach, the mouth that speaks. It's a holiday where we speak. We read the Haggadah and we sit at our seders and we talk about what God did, how God took the Jewish people out of Egypt, how he extricated us out of the melting pot of Egypt where we were sunken to a low level, and he brought us out and we became a people to God. So there's a love language of speaking. We speak out all the miracles and all the kindnesses and all the love that God had for us. That's Passover. And we get to the Mount Sinai and we have a revelation of God. God gives us the 10 Commandments. Moses goes up and gets the whole Torah and comes back down. But at Mount Sinai, there's a language of kissing. It's where heaven and earth kiss, where Moses goes up into the heavens and comes back down, where God reveals God's self to the Jewish nation as a whole. We all had that revelation. It was as if we were kissed by God. So Shavuos, the holiday of giving of the Torah, is a language of kissing. And then we come to Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which we just went through. And it's in these times that God is looking at us and we're looking at us. Who am I? What do I want? How do I want to be? How am I going to connect to my true self and return to a loving relationship with other people and with God? How do I do that? And we're focused on that. And we're looking at ourselves. And God is looking at us. There's a gaze language. There's a language of God gazing and loving each one of us like a sheep in a flock. Yes, we're a flock and we're a whole mass of different individual people as a whole, but God's looking at each one of us with a gaze, with a loving gaze. What can I do to help you live your best self in the year ahead? And then we come to a holiday we're about to enter, which is the holiday of Sukkot. And we move out of our homes, out of the safety and the physicality of our homes into these little structures, these little huts that we make for ourselves in our back gardens or in the synagogue or our friends' homes, wherever, to sit in a sukkah. We go out of our comfort zone. We go out and we become in relationship to each other and with God. And the sukkah is likened unto a language of a hug. Jewish law says that a sukkah has to have at least 2.5 walls. And isn't it interesting that our arm has like 2.5 walls? We have a wall that goes from our shoulder to our elbow. And then we have another one that goes from our elbow to our wrist. And then we have our hand. So with our arms, so to speak, we hug each other. And God in the sukkah is, so to speak, hugging us. We are in this hugging relationship. The sukkah is like a chuppah. We're under it. We're connected with our friends. We bring our friends and our relatives, hopefully, into the sukkah. And we get to join with each other spiritually. And we get to understand that the material aspects aren't where we find true joy. Sukkot is a holiday that's called Zman Simchasenu. It's a holiday of joy. And the joy comes from recognizing what's really important, our relationship with God and being close to God and a relationship with each other. And I hope that for all of us that this holiday coming up will be a holiday of joy.